Hello family, how you guys doing today? So it's your boy E back with another video, Dividend Passport Bro. I'm currently in Barranquilla, Colombia. I arrived here last night. Flight was I had a lot of issues that caused me to be late getting to Bogota, and then of course from Bogota out here I had to change my flight. That was at 11, and but anyway, I'm here. Thank God I got here safe. The apartment is nice. I did a video of the apartment that I'm in. It's a little tiny apartment, one bedroom, but it's very comfortable. They have air conditioning. It's on the ninth floor. Pretty nice. Before we go too much into this, I want to say thanks to you guys for subscribing to the channel. We at 7 to 9 subscribers as of today. I got here yesterday. I couldn't make a video. I was tired, so I couldn't make a video. I apologize. I really wanted to, but I wouldn't have uploaded it, and I didn't want to upload 2 videos in one day. We're not at that point yet where I can upload 2 videos in one day and people watch it. It's just too many. We're a small channel. As we grow, maybe there'll be a point where I have to do 2 or 3 videos to cover certain things that's going on. But like I said, thanks guys for subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel, and your comments. I appreciate those very much. Today, I just want to cover a couple of things. You know, as I arrived here yesterday, I put my bags down. Right before I want to take a shower, I get a message from my brother. Basically, he said, "Oh well, I'm at the hospital at ER. My other brother is in the hospital, so he haven't been doing well. So he took him to the emergency room." And my heart just dropped because I was like, "Oh my gosh, you know, I hope he's okay." We've been getting a lot of little issues with him lately, or we have to take him, or emergency room, stuff like that. So, and he's older than us, not as much older, but he's like older than us. So anyway, when I was like, you know what, let me take a shower first, then I'm gonna call you, because I was like, I don't want to call, and then of course I don't take a shower, then later on, I'm on the phone forever. Anyway, everything works out. I took a shower, I called him back, and when I did call the first time, they were trying to take blood because he was in the emergency room. And then I was like, you know what, let me call you guys back, because my brother is very fidgety and stuff like that. So I was like, let me call you guys back. I called back later on. Anyway, and my brother was making jokes. He's like, man, I don't like hospital to get me out of here. And my brother is disabled. So he's disabled. He have a disability. He can do certain things for himself. He got a mental disability. He can do certain things for himself, but most of all, we have to do pretty much everything for him. Make his food, help him take a bath, things of the nature. But he's always fun to have around. I have him every few months for a few months, and then he go back and forth between us. But the last year has just been me and my other brother taking care of him, because my sister, she's not well, and my other family live too far. But and I say this to say, you never know what can happen, right? Even though during that call, I got good news from my brother that even though he's in the hospital, but his stuff was approved, and we're going to be able to put him in a facility that's going to be taking care of him full time. Even though we can bring him to our house to spend a week or 2 weeks, however long we need to, but he will have somebody else that will be taking care of him on a permanent basis, that is a professional that will be able to do these things and help him feel comfortable. So I was happy about that. So I was like, you know what, I can make the video about this, right? Family is important. Family is very important. And as you guys know, living in the U.S., once you get married, you marry into your wife's family, you become close with them. And the dynamic change for everybody. It's different for everybody, right? It's not the same for everybody, but things is different, right? But with this was the main reason, the main thing that was holding me back in the U.S., being able to take care of my brother and help my brother. Now that he has a place that we can call his own place, I don't have to be concerned about, okay, I need to take my brother so my brother can get a break. My other brother can get a break, from being with him for months at a time, And he can be a lot, but that's family. You have to take care of him. That's what's important. Now, I can even expedite my retirement because Yara is in school. She's the only one other than Evie that need to be taken care of. And me not being in the U.S. and spending $7,000-8,000 a month, I can live Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, anywhere else and live a real good life similar to what I'm living now in the U.S. for about $2,000 a month, right? So in preparation for all my retirement, now I can still move abroad and still have my job that I do for as long as I want to, right? And be able to live abroad and work. I can go to Europe, wherever I can go, wherever I need to be. I only have to go to America once or twice a year when my company want us to meet up, right? And either they're gonna pay for the ticket from where I'm at to the office, or they're gonna pay for me from when I get to the US from Atlanta to the office. But but I wanted to say that so you guys can understand things are changing, and they're changing for the better to allow me to be able to travel more and enjoy all these things I've invested in for the last 5 years. Now that my portfolio is generating almost half of what I'm making my salary, that's good, right? And it's getting to the point where I won't need my salary anymore because my portfolio is generating so much money. And when I move out of the country, I'm going to be saving so much more money. So, that's a win-win situation. Oh, also, I got this jersey. Before I go too far, I just got this jersey yesterday. A friend of mine gave this to me as a gift. Sometimes, when you talk to people and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this for you," and you like, for me, I was like, "Okay, whatever," because in Colombia, people don't make a lot of money, and some people do make a lot of money. There's rich people here, just like in the U.S. So the rich people here, right? But when I got this gift yesterday, I think when I made a video, I showed you guys the video of the apartment. Well, I don't know. I didn't show the video to you guys, but it's on my other channel. When I made a video about the apartment, and you guys need to subscribe to the Life of Edwin Ford. Okay, because that's where I show most of my life outside of investment. On this channel is mostly about investment, retiring early and stuff like that. So I want to keep it about that. But what I do when I travel and stuff like that, mostly I post those videos on the Life of Edwin Ford. Now I post more content on here because I do a daily post than I do on that other channel. And of course, as things change, I'll be able to post more content on there. But for now, it's focused on this channel. So you guys can subscribe to the channel if you want to see what I'm doing outside of investing all the money I'm making in the market. Okay. But I got this shirt, right? And I got another one of this, which is a black one. My friend Christian gave this to me. Christian, if you're watching, peace, love, and hair grease. He gave that to me, but it's a black one. And I love that shirt. And now I got another one. Now I have somebody else who said they'll promise to give me something. And I'm probably going to get that next week. In a few days when I go to Barranquilla. So I don't know where it's going to be. It might be I get the same jersey because they know I like Colombia. And I support the Colombia team because Colombia is like my second home now. Well, between DR and here, they're like balancing themselves out. But I support the Colombian team, so I might get another jersey. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. But hopefully if I do get another jersey, I get a different color because they have different colors. And I don't, But and I hope it's original because this is original, right? This is not the cheap one you go buy for 100,000 pesos for like $20. This is original, okay? So I want to say thank you to her and appreciate her for helping me out and giving me my shirt, making me more OG for Colombia. Okay, guys. So now that we got that out of the way, I just want to say investing in your future and planning for the future. Everybody plans are different. Everybody make different plans for what to do. Like for me, I always want to live outside the U.S., right? Once I got to where I was making enough money, I always want to be able to live outside the U.S. And when COVID happened, learning this style of investing changed my life. And it literally changed my life. And that's the reason I'm trying to share my experiences and my life journey to, and you know, to generating wealth that would be valuable to my family. When I say family, I'm talking about my kids, right? My kids, because I'm never getting married again. Never. That's a no-no. I've done it twice. So when I say family, my legacy is my children, investing in them and teaching them how to invest. And one day they can teach their children, or when I become a grandpa, I can teach my grandchildren how to do this and start from them little and show them. Now that legacy, this information is going to be passed down onto my children, right? And I just hope, oh, well, you know, I'm a, what you call it, what the thing the rich people do for the children, they just have this money and they can just live off of it and just be a bum. No, not that. Show them how to make money, and they can still go to school and learn all the other stuff. But in the end, why do you get education? Why do you go to school? So you can say, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. Okay, but why do you do all that in the end? It's to generate income, make money, so you can live a good life. Now, would you rather be a lawyer making $300,000 a year, or a doctor making $500,000 a year, or be they call it trust fund, that's the word, trust fund, or be a investor and making 100,000, even 300,000 a year? As you guys, there's people out there who invest in the market making 500,000 a year, right? And all they do is invest in the market, and they spend how long? What, 15, 20 minutes a day investigating, checking them out, their stocks, because there's not a lot of people that have over 100 plus positions like I do. Most people got 10, 20, and the less you have, the less things you have to check, right? And you can spend more time investigating other things as it returns to the portfolio or your positions. I have to have a sip of my mango. I love mango. I can eat them every day. So the bottom line is, you know, when people ask me, what do you do? I mean, before I used to tell them, oh, I'm in cybersecurity, right? Because our job is part of our identity, right? But when I tell people, oh, I'm retired, they look at me like, the first question is like, now I got my beard is gray, but most of the time I put color in there so it's darker, right? Now my face, I'm 51, but I don't have a face of a 51-year-old. Now because of the gray, so okay, he's like, well, maybe he's 50 or he's 60 or whatever. How would the beard make me look, right? But if I put color in my beard or shave this off, it takes 20 years off of me. I look like in my late 30s or early 30s. It depends on the day or how I wake up, right? So when I tell people I'm retired, they get the like, retired. So I guess the thing, well, maybe he retired, he's living off benefits from the government or Social Security. That's what I think, right? But I want to be comfortable saying that, even though I'm not fully retired, but I can right now. So I want to feel that lifestyle. I want to live that lifestyle for the next 30, 40 years of my life and try to be healthy with it. And another thing, guys, you work hard for everything you got. Don't let nobody put any limitations on you. When I say that, I mean relationships, they're important, but they come and go, right? Even families, they say family the bend, but it don't break. But that's still a relationship that comes and goes. I can be good with my cousin one day, we good, and then something happened, conversation, and then boom, we didn't talk for a month. All right, and sometimes you're like, okay, well, I got good friends, but how good are these friends if you only it's a one-way friendship, right? You only talk to them when you call. If you don't call them for a month, you don't hear from them. Or if you don't say, hey man, what's going on? How you guys doing? What you doing today? Let's do something. You don't hear from them. Even though when you hang out with these people that we call our friends, we put it into them because most of the time we go out, we split the check. And the check is mostly on them for eating all the expensive food and drinking all the expensive liquor. But we split the check 4 ways, 5 ways. That's not what we do commonly with my friends. And I don't mind that. Especially if we have other people with us, ladies and stuff like that. I don't mind that. But with just us, I'll be like, nope, I'm not splitting the check, bro. I have water and salad. I pay for that. And they'll be like, oh, Edwin, you cheap. Yeah, whatever. You know what you're doing when you spy $100 worth of liquor and expensive steak. But I should split your steak? No, don't do that. I don't do that. I used to, but I don't do that. So as we grow into as we grow into what we need to be to retire, your retirement journey can be whatever you want it to be, right? You can want to live in the U.S., that's fine. We're going to do our voting in November for the next president. I hope all you guys are registered voters if you can. If you can, that's okay. But if you're a registered voter or you're not registered but you legally can vote, get that, do that. It's something that many people can't do that want to do it because of different reasons. So you have to take advantage of all opportunities, right? Because your one vote count. Because that one turn to 2, 3, 4, the same as investing, right? That one vote count. So I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. What my vote is gonna do? Because you can vote people in the office, you vote them out of office. This is not a political channel, but that's something I want to put forward. So guys, as I sit here right now in this apartment, I was like, I need to make this video and post it because the weekend. Like I said, I wasn't able to make a video yesterday, but I'm happy now. I'm up. I got on my new shirt, tried it on. It fit pretty good. I need to work out, lose a little bit of stomach, but it fits good. It fits good. I love my shirt, right? So I don't know what to say to you guys. This is life. This is freedom. This is peace. Like I always say, you can try to control your investment to get that piece of financial peace, but that's not necessarily going to bring you peace in your relationship, right? And if you meet somebody that bring that to you, love them, support them, and do what you have to do. But if you meet somebody that's going to take away your peace, leave. No matter the consequence, the consequence or the circumstances. I'm going to say circumstance. I will listen to the comedian the other day. No matter what it is, because if somebody continue to mess with your peace, that's not only going to mess with your heart or your mental peace, but that can change, and later on that can become, violent, and that can put you in another place where you don't want to be. You don't work hard all your life to get somewhere to let somebody, some insignificant person, take that away. I say insignificant because other than yourself, there's nobody else is more important to you than you, right? There's nobody else. A friend of mine, we used to date back in the day, and I haven't talked to her. She's been married and all this good stuff. And I saw her online. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because we've been chatting off and on. I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she sent me a message back. She said, "No," I sent her a message. I said, "Hey, happy birthday," because Facebook sent a notification. And I said, "Happy birthday." And she said, "Oh, thank you. You remember my birthday?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I remember your birthday. Of course, Facebook notified me. I don't remember nobody's birthday. I can only barely remember my own sibling's birthday. Shoot." Anyway, I would say, "Yeah, so of course, I remember your birthday." She said, "Okay, well, send me some blessings." So I was like, "Okay." So I went to the thing, and I searched for blessings, and I looked for things that said blessings. And I knew exactly what she meant. And then underneath that, she sent me another link for her Cash App. So of course I ignore that, and I send the message, blessing, 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 like 4 or 5 times. Many blessings. But it's like in animated and flashing, all that stuff. And she got it. And she's like, "Edwin, what the heck is this? I told you to send me a blessing. I mean some money." I said, "Why would I send you money? It's your birthday. Your birthday is no significant to me. It's just your birthday. When I had my birthday in February, you didn't even tell me happy birthday. But here, I'm sending you a message saying happy birthday. And in return, you send me a disrespect by telling me to give you money so you can do whatever it is you need to do for your birthday." I said, at this age, I got Eddie and Yara. Those are the 2 responsibilities I have now, because those are the youngest. They said Eddie is still baby. Yara is 18 in college. Okay. My other big girls, Aya and Nada, they're doing their thing. Real estate agent. Aya DJ. Aya got her own hair salon. Aya doing her thing. So I don't have to worry about Aya and Nada. They're good kids. I don't even have to worry about E. She's a mess, but she's funny. And then Evie, she's a mess. She's a handful. So she can get him hell. She give me hell, but she can get him hell. But that's it. I told her, I said, I only got those 2. Those are the only 2 women that ready to get my money. Them 2 little girls. I said, so why would I send you my money? It's just your birthday. That's your birthday. Your birthday. It's important to you. I don't even give a damn about my own birthday. It's just another day to me, because I celebrate myself every day. For people who know me, I celebrate myself. I mean, people who already know me, not people who just know me like, "Oh, Edwin is a cool." No, people who know me. If I see something I want, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna wait till until my birthday, or until maybe I get paid next week. No, if I want it, I'm gonna go buy it. That's why I work hard to have what I have. Now, enough of that. I just want to get you guys that, right? And then the whole conversation, and "Oh, Edwin, you're so cheap. I didn't know you were this cheap." I said, "Why am I cheap? Because I won't send you money on your birthday? I don't get nothing in return for sending you money on your birthday. No. Why? Now, if I wanted to, I'll be like, "Oh, there you go, $20. Go get you some coffee. Happy birthday." That's from my heart. But when you send me a message saying, "Give me," that's a no-no. That is a no-no. Okay? That ain't gonna happen. So you guys have to think, it starts with a small amount. Even ladies abroad, they send me a message, "Oh, Edwin, I need to do this. Can you send me money?" I don't have it. Even though I might have it, but I'm not gonna do it. And if I'm talking to somebody and they're consistently asking for money, I just ignore they're asking for money question. Go ask the other idiot or the other person that you think will just give you what you need. because, oh, I'm an American, so, oh, you got plenty of money. No, it don't work like that. So guys, be smart, invest in your future, right? Because you can solve the money problem, but life still be lifing, right? So that's another hurdle that we have to deal with. And so what are you gonna do? Say no, I don't want to make money because with money I got more problems. Okay, poor people got problems too. Okay, but they're worried about what they're gonna eat tomorrow, not how much income they're gonna get tomorrow. Right? Because they got that bar that is set. And they know that, they expect that, they deal with that, they live there happily. Less stress than we do, because they can live in that area and be comfortable. But once you start to strive to get to that next level, when you get there, it's not enough because you need to get to the next level. And that's the challenge, right? So I can say, okay, well, I need 20 grand a year to retire. And once I hit 20 grand, then I stop trying. Then I just let my investment sit there. Now, don't get me wrong, the stock market generate up to 8% every year. And now some year are more, some year are less, but every year S&P 500 generate that much, right? On average. So if you leave your investment, if I leave my investment there that generating 20 grand a year and just live off my 20 grand happily, every year my principal is going to increase by 8% plus. So I'm never gonna be broke. I'm never gonna need money again. I'm never have to worry about money, right? I mean, there's always a worry on different things we worry about, but it's always gonna generate income. So if you just stop there and like, no, you know what? I got extra money that's coming in from whatever, YouTube or job or whatever because some people still work even though they have enough money to retire because they're scared for whatever reason. But you know your finances. That's why I say you got to track everything. I've tracked everything for the last 5 years. I got my Excel spreadsheet. When I pay a bill, I put it in there. If it's in pesos, I put the pesos and the equivalent to a dollar because the money go up and down. So I put the equivalent to dollars. So some months it's less and some months it's more. So you got to do the same thing. Track your expenses. I have multiple credit cards. Some of them I pay off, some of them I use. Now, if the ones I'm using, they're on my list. The ones I'm not using are on my list. At the end of the month, if I don't have to make a payment, I put 0. If I have to make a payment, I put the payment, and when it's paid, I mark it. So it's something I do every time. So I'm in a habit of that. When I get up in the morning, I go to my portfolio, I open that spreadsheet. When I log into my bank account, I open that spreadsheet to see what I've paid because a lot of stuff is automated and some stuff I manually go in and do because I want to make sure the money is there or I don't have any other responsibilities before I do those things. So you guys have to do these. You have to do these things to get in the habit of doing it. Whatever you're doing now that gets you in the habit, when you start a new thing, you got to do it at least for up to 3 weeks consistently. And that become normal. Like making videos now. I've been making videos for over a month now, right? Consistently. So of course, if I don't make a video, I feel like, ooh, I need to do it. But it's that consistency of making the videos, you get used to doing it. So now I'm start making more videos for my other channel because I'm making videos for this channel. Guys. So I start making more videos. Now, of course, I take money, my own money, and put it into other software applications and stuff to make YouTube videos. And I don't get no return for that. But this is part of my retirement, things to keep me busy, right? So when I step out of the workforce and I don't have to log in and check the status and see who's trying to hack into my company and protect my company and provide my boss weekly updates on what's going on with issues and stuff we've been investigating, a new application we need because we have to grow the company and we need to put this in to bring a bigger client in and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about none of that. All I have to worry about is making money and keeping myself busy and have a healthy relationship. And I keep saying that having a healthy relationship with a significant other, it don't have to be a marriage. It can be a dating or whatever, but just having a healthy relationship, because that can be a big factor in a lot of issues, right? Because you can be happy with yourself and happy with everything going on, but if you don't have a healthy relationship with someone else that you or the opposite sex or whatever, people do things, whatever, same sex. But if you don't have a healthy relationship, then you have a problem, because that's another burden, that's another stress. And I try to eliminate stress from my life 100%. Right? I don't need that. So if you meet somebody and as you get to know them, they start bringing those same tendencies, you can deal with it for a while, but as you start is how things gonna end. If you start with all the questioning, oh, where you been, what you doing, why you didn't answer my call? Okay, because I was busy, I didn't want to answer your call, and that's the end of it. Now, if it gets to where it starts getting bad, then you gotta let it go, because you have to invest in your future. Investing in your future is having a sound mind, body and spirit and soul and everything else, not only financial. You got to have all of those things together, because it's your future. It's not, you don't make a lot of money and you end up in jail because somebody stressed you out and you go have road rage and stuff, and you lock up for 20 years and your money's sitting there, or something happened to you, you're gone, and then the money goes to your children or whoever else that you have, dependent. So you don't work hard for that to let somebody else take that away from you. Okay, guys? So investing in your future is equivalent to all of those things. All of those things you have to do. Now, this video, I know I've talked about different things in this video because, as you guys know, if I'm not focusing on the market and talking about that, I just talk. I mean, I could talk forever. But, I think on the weekends, I think it will be, I would start, instead of making videos to where I'm talking about the market and stuff like that, too much, we need a chance where we can sit down and relax and talk about life, because we work hard investing, other people, make money to enjoy life. Now, I've seen a lot of guys who invest, they're in the pool, and then the dividend come in, they make videos like, oh man, I get in my dividend while I'm in the pool. I make a $4,000 or $5,000 a day at the pool because the money coming in, the dividend working for you. All right. Now today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Labor Day. I think the market is closed tomorrow. But I will get up like I usually do, and I will check to see if it's open, because it's a hobby. What I do. Whatever holiday now, I'm still gonna log into my portfolio and see what's going on. So that's just what I do, because it's part of me. Something I do all the time. So you make a habit of those things that become easier. You don't have to think about it, right, guys? But we need to sit down to what we talk about. Okay, after you make all this money, now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're like, oh, I don't want to leave because I got my family. How many times in a year do you see your family? How many times do you spend time with your friends? How many times do you talk to your friends? Now, don't get me wrong. When I say talk to your friends, we don't really talk these days. Got everybody in a chat group, chatting about stuff. We don't pick up the phone and talk to people. I called my cousin the other day, but day before yesterday, and he's in Arizona, so the time difference. But for him, when I called, I think it was almost midnight. But he didn't know where I was. Where I was almost midnight. But if I was in the U.S., it would have been 1 a.m. And I've never called him this time without. Usually I would send a text, say, "Oh, cuz, what you doing, man? I'm just chilling." Okay, well, let me talk to you for a second. I would do that because I don't want to just call people and then, because the time difference, he worked late and stuff like that. So, and he was like, when I called him, answered the phone, he like, "Yo, is everything okay?" Everything okay? I was like, yeah. I was like, why? He's like, because you never called me and you didn't send me a text message. I was like, yeah, I'm sitting here and I had a couple questions. I was like, let me just call. It would have been easier to send me the message and wait for him to reply. But I wanted to answer right there and then, so I called. Of course, that 2 questions that I had turned into a 3-hour conversation on the phone. We just talking about life and investments and stuff like that. Because he and we have an investment together. And he was like, yo, man, what we going to do about this place? I said, bro, you can buy me out. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, you can buy me out. I said, because I don't really care about that investment. I invest in Africa, born in Africa, grew up most of my life in Africa until I got to a teenager. Traveled the world with my family. My mom, but my dad passed away. After my dad passed away, I was young. So of course, got a lot of stuff there. But growing up, those were things that did not validate me or my brothers, right? Because my mother kept us away from those things. So it's not something that I really care for. And I was telling him we should spend a lot of time. He go there for maybe equivalent to maybe 2 months, 3 months out of the year, right? He take a sabbatical where he get, I think, like a month and a half from work, and he goes, and then between those, he go with his wife, and he goes again. So he's every little time he get vacation, whatever he goes, apart from his sabbatical that he take every year. So I was like, yeah, you can buy me out. I said, because one, it's too far. There's no direct flight. When I was growing up, we used to have direct flight from New York to Liberia, or from Atlanta to Liberia, 8 hours. Boom. Direct, straight there. But now you have to go to Europe, then from Europe to maybe another country in Africa before you get to Liberia. That's almost 2 days worth of flying, because you got long layovers, the time difference. So by the time you get there, you already spend hours on the plane and hours sitting in the airport, because some people, most of the time, it's too cold there, or I don't want to get out because it's late, or it's too early in the morning, and by the time it's time to go do any sightseeing, it's time for your next flight. So of course, you don't get to enjoy those long layovers, except you time it perfectly with plan to do stuff. But I was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. He's like, what about your house and all this stuff? I was like, well, my niece is there. Because that stuff, if I go invest $20,000, it's going to take me 20 years to get my $20,000 back, except I get an American or European or somebody working for the government that paying a certain amount of money can afford to live there. But the average people, they cannot afford to live there. So if I build an apartment, spend $300,000-$400,000, 10 bedroom or 6 bedroom, whatever, two bedroom apartment, each apartment, and maybe I rent it out for $500, that would be good. And it probably won't stay rented. I know a doctor friend of ours, my brother's friend, he built like an apartment complex over there, and he could barely keep it rented. And he was asking for a couple of $1,000s. Usually the rent goes to the NGO and all those people. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't even know what he's doing with that now. And I'm like, dude, you could have spent that money in Little Rock and get you an apartment complex. And that apartment complex, you can use that in the next year, get another one and another one, because you have the financial. He's a doctor, he's a surgeon, he's one of the best surgeons in Arkansas, Liberian African guy. But people don't listen to me. I've been in real estate for the longest. I crashed with the real estate market. I came back up with the real estate market. But if I don't know better, yes, I will go and invest there. But he barely goes there. So you invest your money somewhere to where you can use. I haven't been back to Africa since we took my mom's body from the U.S. back to America and back to Africa. That's been almost 7 years now, I think. So whatever investment I have there, it's not generating me income. The family that they're living off of it take care of them. They rent the buildings out, they do all that. It put them money in their pocket. Mom built a big church that helped feed the community, feed the pastor, the deacons, whatever. The money goes to them. I don't see that money. I don't even know how much in that account, and I don't care. Because my mother did that for the people. She wanted to give back to the community. So when you choose your investment strategy, now it's one thing I live in the U.S. and I have, and I'm Jamaican, and I can build my house in Jamaica because Jamaica is close to the U.S. Or I can build my house in Colombia. Colombia is close to the U.S. 4 hours. You can get most places in from the U.S. to Colombia in 4 hours. If you have to take another flight, depends on the time, or you take a car like I do usually when I get here. You can do that, but you gonna invest your money. I'll give you a promise in a minute. You're gonna invest your money somewhere else that you can't get to, or you can barely get there because your kid's in school, your wife is working, so your wife can't just leave and go willy-nilly and go. So you build a big house, 5-6 bedroom house. You're paying somebody to take care of. You might be able to rent it on Airbnb, or you might be able to rent it to the locals. But when you rent it to the locals, you're not going to get your money, right? And God forbid something happened to you, your family there are going to be fighting over that property, and if you don't do the property documentation right, and keep that from your children when they get older and whatnot. It happens all the time. A friend of mine built a house in Africa, nice house. I've never seen it, nice house. He spent a lot of money, built his house. His goal was, you know what, I'm gonna go back to Africa, but whatever happened, I don't know, that plan changed. Now he have a beautiful house there that he spent over $100,000 to build. That's not generating no income, as far as I know, from the last conversation I had with him. Because I was even thinking about partnership and doing a partnership with him, because now he only deal with real estate. I was thinking about doing a partnership with him so we can buy land and build duplexes. Because this is part of the thing I want to do in my retirement, to keep me busy, right? If I build 1 or 2 duplexes a year while I retired, that will keep me busy. And my daughter is a real estate agent, so that would be great. And I had her looking for some land for me and stuff like that. But in these deals, it's like you can pay cash. I'm generating over $67,000 a year in my dividend portfolio. I can afford. I'm still working, so I can afford to pull $25K and go buy some land, or even $40,000, and buy some land, and then go through the process, zoning and all that stuff to make sure I can build. Of course, I'm gonna do all that before I go and buy the land. I'm not just gonna buy the land and say, oh, let me see if I can build an apartment complex on here, or let me see if I can build a duplex or multiple duplexes on this property, right? So if I can find a couple of acres, or even an acre, half an acre, I can build maybe 3 or 4 fourplexes on there. That's a small apartment community right there. And that alone should be enough for a retirement income. Because I put my money in there, when it's done, I refinance, I get my money back out. So I get all my money that I put in back, and now other people's money is generating me money. This is an investment channel, right? Investment channel. So we talk about all kind of investment. Usually I talk about the stock market all the time, but now I'm just giving you some example of how you can do a real estate. Now, You can do the rental property strategy where you buy a rental property every year. And then once you get to about 5 or 4, they say that's a good enough number, 4. Because eventually you're going to pay those off, right? Or you get to where after 3 or 4 years with that 4, right, you can refinance, or you can 1031 exchange into a bigger property. So a lot of ways to go with this. But now we're doing it simple. It's simple. So I was looking at the comments. Somebody posted in our comments today on the channel. He's saving money until the 3rd week of September to buy more stocks. And that might make sense to him. That makes sense to him because he want to save money and then buy a position. So, and he didn't say how much he's saving. So let's say I'm just giving a number. So if you're saving money to buy some stocks, 3 weeks into the month, you already have gotten paid. If you get paid every week, you already have gotten paid 3 times. If you get paid every month, so you gotta get a check at the end of the month and the 15th of the month, right? If you get paid twice a month. So you already got an end of the month check, and then by the 3rd week, you already got a 15, you got another check. So how much money are you trying to save to buy stock? So if you get paid on the 15th, let's say you got $300 extra, and you're gonna wait until the 15th of the 3rd week to buy stock, you got another check, and you got another $300. So you got $600. So you're gonna wait until the 3rd week. So what happened on the 3rd week when you decide to buy, and everything in the market is high? Yes, it's okay to daily cost average, which you buy a little bit every day to bring down your overall costs, right? But if you have the money from the 30th of the month, or the 31st, whatever the month is, right? You have that money come that Monday. You got $300. You can start. All you need is $1 to buy a position. It don't matter what the brokerage is. You need $1. The minimum to buy is $1. And back then they used to charge us fee. So if I buy $1, I have to pay maybe $5 fee or $3 fee, depending on the brokerage. Now we don't have to pay that. We might pay something in the back end that we really don't see. But before, all thanks to Robinhood, we don't pay brokerage fees anymore to buy stock. We knew how to do that. So a lot of people don't have no idea we had to do that. So if you say, okay, I'm waiting until the 3rd week to buy stock, then you're missing out, because you're trying to time the market, I guess, to buy stock in the 3rd week. I don't know. Timing the market is the wrong way to go. Time in the market is the way to go. That means the longer you have your positions in the market, if you do that, when I show you guys on the trajectory of the growth in the market, the first 5 years, first 6 years, you don't see nothing. But when it goes years, because their money compound over the time. So let's say you have $300, and every day you spend $5 to $10, whatever equivalent, how you balance it out until you get your next check. So by that 3rd week, or by the 2nd week of the month, when you get your second check, and you're still paying, you're still buying every day, right? You can buy bulk. I do that sometimes. I'll buy $1,000 here, even though I have the margins that I can buy $30,000 to $50,000. But of course, I don't do that because that's gonna be risky. You're using other people's money. You have to use it wisely, so you don't conceal a loss when the market drops. Then you have to either put money back in, or they're gonna sell your position to get their money back, and then you had a loss because the market is down. So that's why you have to be careful. You have to do a daily cost average. So I'm trying to say, with that dollar, you can buy a position every day, right? If you have 10 of them, you can buy every day. So you're spending $10 a day, right? The market is open 5 days a week when it's not a holiday. So that's $25 a week. No, I can't even count. Sorry. That's $50 a week. I'm doing a 5. That's $50 a week, right? If you spend that much money. So why wait until the third week to buy more stock? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to you that that's how you wanted to do it, but to me, it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't do it that way. When I have my account, I have my own money in there. If you see I have $1, I'm gonna buy something for $1. I'm not sitting on that buying power with my own money and don't buy nothing. The only way I don't buy nothing is under $1. If you see me got that big account, that's margins. Some of my money is in there, but most of it is margins. So I have to be more careful on how I buy. I usually buy when the market is down. So when the market go back up, my money, boom, my money up 10%, 15%. So you want to evaluate that strategy. The time you have money in the market is better, especially as a dividend investor. Because your money makes money. You don't have to sell your positions. Now, if you're a growth investor and you just buy stocks that don't pay a return, except for the growth, you have to sell those to make money, right? You have to sell those stocks to make money. But as a dividend investor, you don't ever have to sell anything. All your money coming from dividend, right? You're making money for dividend. That's a little bit of growth, but most of the money coming from dividend. Chipotle. They went up high. They did a split. Your one share, I think 110 to 10, right? I had a few of them. Now I got like 30 Chipotle. Nvidia did the same thing. They did a split. I had a few of them. Now they're multiple. Okay, so and they're going back up. Next year, this time, they might be where they're doing another split, or in the next 5 years, they might be doing another split. So of course, I'm not selling it because I don't need the money. So they're just compounding. They're just growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. Every time they do a split, they grow. If they do another split, they're growing again. I'm not buying more of that. I'm not buying it. Whatever money I have there, it's going to grow. Right? Usually I try to get to 100 with some of those positions. The goal is to have 1,000 in all of those positions that I have, right? Anything in my growth portfolio, the number is to get to 1,000. Once I get to 1,000, I stop buying it. Because when that 1,000, when they get to 100,000, that one thing added million to my portfolio, to my bottom line, right? And then when they get there, they're gonna do a split. So if they do a split, you got 1,000. That 1,000 will be 3,000 because they usually do 3 to 4 or 5 or whatever the value is, however they decide, right? That's gonna be 4 or 5,000. Now that's a couple $1 million right there, a few millions, and then they can go back up. As they're going back up, eventually when they get to that high, you're like, you know what? Let me pull a few million out of here and put it into my dividend portfolio. You pay the taxes, they go into your dividend portfolio, and you're making that money, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do this, but the timing the market is not that way. Don't time it. Be like, oh, I'm gonna wait till next week and I'm gonna buy. No. If you got the money, and if you don't care about price, right? If you don't care what the price is today or the price is gonna be tomorrow, because you invest in dividend, then I'll buy when I have the money today. I'm not gonna save till I get to $1,000 and I'll buy, or save till I get to 500 and I'll buy, because you can buy a fractional share fractional share. Now, if you have a brokerage that don't do fractional share, get rid of them and go to one that does fractional share. I know with Charles Schwab, they said to do it, but I haven't been able to do that on Charles Schwab. But for Fidelity, the same positions, I can do a fractional share. But I have both accounts. I opened those for different reasons, and I'm still holding on to them for now. I got my E-Trade brokerage account that I haven't really used, but I just found out that E-Trade giving a higher margins. So I need to start putting more money into that portfolio and start investing in more higher yield funds and get that up. So I'm gonna start using that, and because they give me more in margins. I think they do four times. I better get double, two times what I got, one time what I got now with Fidelity and with Charles Schwab. So, it's better if I can get 4 times there. Eventually, maybe I'll leave Charles Schwab and move all my funds to E-Trade at some point, or just leave it there and just build another $3,000 or $4,000 there, like I'm trying to do now to pay ER tuition with Robinhood. So it's nothing wrong with having your money in multiple places, because it's just something else to do. It's just something to track. It's your money. So you try to tell me that you have problems tracking your money, knowing how much money you have coming every month. That's work for you. Somebody you do 15, 20 minutes a day. If you're doing it one time, you can take your time and do it. Just see, okay, I got money coming from here. I got money coming from here. That's a job. If you're only working 15 minutes a day to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, and that really work, and you don't have to answer nobody, just your brokerage account. You have to log in, check your network. I woke up the other day, I spent almost $40,000 in 2 weeks on margins, using other people's money, right? The market was down, and then the following week, of course, the market went back up. And when I checked my net worth, I was blown away. I check the stuff all the time. I don't check as much as I check my portfolio, but I would check my net worth at least once or twice a week. Sometimes I do it more, it just depends. Go in and update stuff. If different things doesn't show up, I go in and make sure it's there, show up. Cause all my things is there. And now looking at it, I was like, man, that's why I made that video. You're watching me, become a millionaire. And I was surprised. That net worth have grown just in that 2-week period, with the market dropping and I'm buying and they go back up and they drop down again, I buy and they go back up. I gained over $18,000 in net worth. And that didn't come from real estate. That did not come from real estate. That came off of the market. And also my crypto had dropped. But all that came from the stock market. Because the portfolio grow. So tracking your money is important to know what you have. Net worth is all your debt and all your income, right? Debt and income and worth. Forget about not even income and your worth. Your income does count to your net worth, but that fluctuates, right? When you get your check deposit, your net worth go up for how many dollars you make, and then as you pay your bills, then that money drops down, right? But net worth is like your house, your car, whatever you own, your dishes, your table, whatever you want to put in your net worth. That can be your net worth. Something that valuable that you can sell. Some things drop, the cars drop in value. So like say I bought my Tesla a month ago for $50-some thousand. Today, it could be worth $30-some thousand because the value dropped in the cars, right? But I'm not spending that money on gas every day, buying gas for my car, and it costs me less to fully charge my vehicle. Even though we don't fully charge it, we charge it up to 80%. But it costs me like $12, $6 when I do a full charge sometimes, depending where I'm at. But all of that, it counts, right? But I don't count my cars. I used to count jewelry and stuff like that, but I don't count those anymore in my net worth, right? But your net worth is everything you owe minus your debt. You own, sorry, minus your debt. And that could be your income, everything else. So debt work against your net worth. So as you build worth, right? If you buy a house and that house is worth $150,000, but you put down $10,000, whatever years, and then now the house is still valued $150,000, but you only have $140,000 mortgage. So now you have a net worth based on the house of $10,000. Now, if you have a credit card debt that is $30,000, you got a credit card that's multiple credit cards for $30,000, and you have, let's say, $10,000 debt in credit card. Now your net worth is zero because that credit card debt is now surpassed that $10,000 you have in net worth on the house, right? So you gotta focus on all those things. So that way, managing your money and knowing what you're spending is key. Now, I told you guys the last time, my credit card's been going off the roof because I've been using all of the credit cards I have to get points and stuff. Now I'm trying to pay them back down. So that caused my credit score to drop a little bit. But I'm still in the 600s. But now I think I'm below 630, which I don't like. So now I have to put down, because I think I'm using usage about 40% or something like that. Last time I checked it was like a 39%, so it probably at 40% now. So now I'm paying those back down so I can get my credit score back up. But at some point, everything that I have in margins, they don't show up on my credit, right? I have over $200,000, almost, let's say $180,000 in leverage, in margin, sorry. That don't show up on my credit. That's the good part about margins. I borrow that money, I can pull money out, pay my card note, the money going back in, right? The money going back in. I pay the taxes, I pay whatever interest on that money that I'm taking out, but my money is still going in and pay the margins. But that don't show up on nobody's credit report, right? That don't show up on nobody's credit report. So that doesn't affect my credit one bit. So when you start to make money, then you're looking at other things to make your money. Usually people say, okay, but I buy me a house. Yes, you buy your house, you live there. The house grow up in value, it increase your net worth, but you're not making money from the house. Except if you're renting the house out, renting a room, somebody paying income, then you're making some money. That's coming into your pocket, it's not going to the bank's pocket. Or that cut down how much you have to pay to the bank. What is $700, $800 a month? That's something, right? But you go, oh, I don't plan to live in the U.S. Yes, but it's still good to have some investment there. Now that I got the news yesterday, I gotta talk to the girls and be like, okay, you want to sell the house or keep the house? I've been living in the house by myself all these years. They're doing their own thing. Well, I don't need a big house. I haven't had a party in my house in a long time. Every night I have barbecue. A few people come over. Do I need a 4,000 square foot house for that? No, it's just me. I mean, they give me things to do, make videos, cut my grass. I love to do that, exercise around the house. That's one thing I'm gonna miss doing. But I can take whatever I sell from that house, right? Take that money, put it into an apartment building, a small apartment building, and maybe keep one room in the apartment building just for me, right? So whenever I'm in the US, I need a place to stay, I got my apartment, of course, my Tesla. I'm thinking about ways I can bring my Tesla. I might have to pay it off, but think about way either bring that into the Dominican Republic. I gotta talk to the bank. They have the same bank there, Santander. So I need to talk to the bank and say, look, okay, I'm moving to the DR. I'm gonna continue paying my car note. I have asset in the US that we can use as liability for, what's the word? Not liability, collateral for my car, just in case, you can put a lien on my property. But I need to take this car to another country because I'm moving. Now they can say yes or no, and then I have to pay the car off. It's brand new car, it's 2024. It just came from the assembly line less than 2 months ago. So, I mean, that's way around it, right? So, because I've been spending my time between here, Colombia, and DR. I want to spend some time in Panama and Mexico. But I don't want to just stay in one place. So if I have a girlfriend that works, that's gonna be a problem for her because I'm not gonna just be living in Colombia. I want to be able to travel to another city. I didn't work hard to meet somebody else to lock me down to where I'm stuck in one place. Okay, guys. So that's part of the plan. And back to the net worth thing, right? So net worth is key. Because somebody said, oh, that person is a millionaire, don't mean they have $1 million worth of cash in the bank. Right? It's all the things they own together minus the debt. Bring them to $1 million. Right? I think right now, I didn't check yesterday, but I checked it on Friday. In total asset right now, it's over 1.3 million. I think it's over 1.3 million. I got close to 600,000 in debt. And most of that is in real estate, in the property that I own, the house I live in right now, because I refinanced that, put money out, put it into the market. So most of that debt is for that house. And when I opened up my business, I got a loan to get a truck. And later on, I decided I'm not going to buy a truck. So I took that money, and part of that money went into the market, part of that money went into crypto. And now I'm paying that loan back. I got another loan when I got my property in Colombia. No, actually, that 100,000, I paid the money that for the loan for the car already, for the truck. The 100,000, that money, I used that money to buy the property in Colombia with my personal cash that I had saved up. I spent $120,000 cash to buy that property. Then I took another loan for $40,000 that I used to renovate the property, right? Other people's money. So now that property generates over $2,000 a month on average. Some months are more, some months are less, but on average it's over $2,000 a month, right? So those two loans, plus the loan on my house that I live in right now, as the biggest debt I have. Credit card debt, I might have somewhere in $30,000 in credit card debt. And I'm paying that down. So next year, this time, I should be back to the way I used to be, where when I use the credit card at the end of the month, I pay it off. Or I pay it off right once I use it in 2-3 days, I pay it off. Right? So I don't have to pay the interest. And then I get my points and stuff like that. But I've been doing other things, buying things, spending money on things, using money to invest, pulling money off the card to invest into other things. So doing all kind of crazy stuff, strategy that I've been trying to see, hey, how can I do this? Use other people's money to generate more income. Okay? So now that I feel more secure, it's time to get that net worth to get over that $1 million. right? Now, I talked about this before in one of my other videos. The goal is to have $1 million in liquid. Now, in the stock market, where I can sell if the market is up or down and still make money, right? The goal is to sell when the market is up. But to have $1 million in liquid in the market or in some high yield funds, you know, if I got stocks, dividend stock that gave me 2%, I can have multiple $200,000-300,000 in multiple high yields account that give me 5%. For as long as they give me 5%. And then the same as having some dividend deal that generating 2-3%. And I have some of those, 2-3%. A lot of those actually. Okay. So that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the overall goal is to increase your net worth and increase your spending, decrease your spending. Right? And so the other thing I was going to get to is how you guys will say, well, how am I going to do that? I want to make this amount of money and I spend this amount of money. Okay, well, you can get you another job. I did it. I did it for 3.5 years. And if the opportunity will come today for me to get another job, because I still want to work until I'm 55. If the opportunity were to come today for me to get another job that I can work remote, of course I'm going to take that, because that would be an extra $100,000 a year. I can invest directly into my portfolio or pay off those loans that I have that I got to buy the property in Colombia. Because now I can buy other properties where I don't have to come up with much. In the DR, I only need up to 40%, and the bank gonna finance the other 60%. The same as Mexico, the bank will finance the other 60%. But I'm going through a builder. I'm not just going through myself, and I did the NDR, and the bank was but I have to come up with 40%. Also, the bank was gonna give me the loan. I talked to the banker and all that stuff. They were gonna give me the loan. Okay, my phone ringing right now. It's time to go to the airport. Yes. But the bank was gonna give me the loan, but I had to come up with 40%. But I wasn't okay with the price of the property. I think they were charging me too much. It's a beautiful property. You could see that from the beach, from the rooftop. You could see the beach. But I think they were charging me too much because I was American. So I didn't buy it. All right, and now I think somebody's renting it or something like that. I didn't buy it. So you got to invest in your future, guys. Okay? Don't worry about, oh, well, I got to save money. No, the money you have now, invested. Because if you save it for 1 week, 2 weeks, you might make a little bit of money, but that money to be in the market. Invest it. Buy $1, $2, $3, $4, whatever. Invest it. Okay, guys, that's how you got to do it. Now I got to get ready to go to the airport to go pick up my rental car. They're calling me from downstairs, so I got to get my butt up and go get ready. Okay, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry the video is so long. There's something in this video for everybody. So subscribe to the channel. I love you guys. Have a blessed Sunday. And I think tomorrow's a holiday in the US. I might have to work, I don't know. I need to log in and check to see if it's a holiday for my company. And if I have to work, I have to work. But I think the stock market is closed tomorrow because it's Labor Day. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, share the content. I love you guys. Peace. See my new shirt? I love my new shirt, y'all. Peace. Bye.